how YouTube works. Alright. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Varsity Grading back at it again with another podcast. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure you like, subscribe, and share with all your friends, family, and with your neighbor's dog. It means a lot. Today we have, well, the host, Varsity Darks, is not here today, sadly, but he'll be back on the next episode, so don't worry. But we have our guest, R30 Venom, or known as Venom for now, and we also have, what's up, Little Random, and then we also have Varsity Focus, new member, aka PNX Ripper or whatever, and then we also have PNX Vise. So if you guys are wanting the topic for today, the topic for today is about R30's beef with Darks, or past beef with Darks, and then also the clans that he's been in. Tell me, you guys, tell in the chat if you guys can hear me well. And I'm gonna start the questions in a minute. You're lagging really bad, X-Ripper.
Yeah, I keep on closing my mic.
You're lagging really bad, X-Ripper.
They can hear me, right?
Yeah, they can hear you. R30, can you speak real quick? Can they hear you?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, they can hear you. Alright, we're good. Everybody can be heard. What map are you playing? I'm not really playing a game, but I'll play a map if you guys want me to while we're doing the podcast. I've never done that, but I got you guys. We'll play some
What?
We'll play
We'll play
Kino.
My mic still good? I turned it down a little bit.
Yeah, it's good, it's good. I'll start with the questions. Hope you guys that are in the chat, though, are having a nice day. If you are, like I said, like, subscribe. Also, we have PNX Vise joining us again. So, but the main guest for today is R30 Venom, also known as Venom. So, we'll go ahead and start with the questions now. So, yeah. Anyways, for the first question that we have for you today, my man, is, can you explain about the clans that you've been in and like why you've left them and stuff?
You're talking about R30, right?
I'm talking about Varsity first.
Varsity?
Yeah.
Alright, so at the time the team was named MW, but so what had happened was there was a lot of personal fights going on between me and another member. His name, as we all might have known, Darks, but at the time he was very toxic, and me and him got into a lot of talking arguments, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But it just, like, over a while, like, as it progressed, it started to get more and more annoying or pointless, and I just got tired of it, and it happened one time, and then I ended up coming to my breaking point, which I normally do, and I ended up leaving the team.
Team Varsity, yeah. After that, I think you've had like you had a little break, and then you also tried out for another clan, R30. We all know how it is to be in beef, or sorry for the ear rape, you guys. I'll lower my mic a little bit, my bad stream. We all know how it is to have beef, especially being in a clan. You have like a lot of beef. Like, I try not to get in a lot of beef with my clanmates, because like then again, like that's your clan that you're working with, like members you're gonna be playing with for like as long as you're in that clan. But like, you know, leaving over beef, it's kind of tough. But I mean, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do to get away from that, like, you know, negative energy. Talk to us about R30 Venom, yeah, obviously that's your name. Sorry, my bad. R30, R30. Talk to us about R30 and how you joined.
Alright, so basically, through the extent of through the time of me being in R30 or being in MW, or Varsity, Darks ended up meeting the clan leader of R30, which is R30 and at the time I had no idea that Darks and Freak met each other, and I had no idea that Freak had a team.
Okay.
How I learned about the team was through one of the people who I recruited to Team MW, which was, his name's R30 Blaze.
Yeah.
And he had told me that Freak has a team, and he was looking for players. So I figured I would join because, one, I wasn't in a team for a while after I left MW, So I was kind of like looking, but I wasn't really looking hard to the point where I was really like fiending for a team.
Yeah.
And so I ended up hitting up Blaze, and he ended up getting in contact with Freak, and I ended up trying out. Which to get into R30, there's like 3 levels of like a tryout or some shit, and you have to go through like zone wars, box fights, and one other thing. I'm pretty sure it's 1v1, but yeah. And then I ended up joining, and I stayed in there for, I'm pretty sure it was like a couple months or maybe a month or some shit like that. And I ended up the reason why I left, I mean, you didn't really ask this question, but the reason why I left is because so the team, it wasn't really going anywhere. There wasn't really anything happening. They didn't have any socials. They weren't uploading any YouTube content. They had no management. There was the only thing that was happening with the team was players were constantly being recruited. I didn't even have an introducing video. So the point that I was saying in the team for even that long is kind of like is big, because when you have good talent on a roster, you need to be able to manage. You need to be able to get sponsors. You need to be able to grow your team into a bigger team, like an esport type stuff. But they were not. They just weren't capable of doing that, and that's why I had to end up leaving.
Well, I mean, running my first clan, I kind of did the same thing. I mean, you can ask any of these guys that are here right now, because they were in my first clan, which was local. I would, it's did the same exact thing. Like, I'd add people to my roster, but it's like we did nothing at all. Like, we'd plan some events here and there. Riley, you remember the purple versus green thing? We've had that. But we really did nothing. You know, we'd add players, but we really did nothing. And the fact is, it wasn't even good players. Like, they'd be like really bad players. Sorry for the local people out there, but yeah. But like, you know, you can't just add players to your roster, because it does hurt your clan if you're just adding all these players. And especially if you don't even know who they are, you're just adding them. It can get pretty hectic.
I had told my clan leader, Freak, that maybe it would be better if we removed some players who weren't keeping up to date with the talent or the game. And I guess he just like shrugged it off, because like I told him almost every day, and like he wouldn't listen.
Yeah.
I guess he just kept recruiting, and I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, well, see, with the clan, you have to make sure you're listening to your clan members or anybody that's in the clan, because if you're not, you know, hearing what issues that you have with your own clan from other people, well, then it's just not going to get better. That's why I've always tried to, that's why I try to, yeah, your mic is having a seizure right now. But like, you know,
I'm getting a set of headphones and then watch stream on my phone so I can hear you guys, and then I'll just talk.
Alright, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. You can do that. Alright, man. Yeah, that's why, like, whenever I started, that's why when I started my new clan, that's like, I was like, you know what? Okay, I gotta make sure my roster is organized this time. You know what I mean? Because like,
shut up, bro.
you're pretty big. What?
Shut up,
bro.
Jesus.
Chill, bro. Chill.
Bro, I gotta mute him.
Yeah, facts. What
Jesus. Sorry, stream. What was that all about, X-Ripper?
Sock him in the head, dude.
Right, man.
I'm gonna walk over there and sock him.
Hold on, stream. But like, managing a clan, you gotta make sure you're having your roster organized. That's why a lot of people left local too. Like, I would just add people and do nothing.
And it's not even just like make sure.
And you also gotta make sure you're having good management. That's a big thing too, man. Whenever I started my new clan PNX, I made sure I had really good management before I did anything. Yeah, we rushed launch, but we still had a very good launch, man. That was a pretty good launch. I'm not gonna lie. We won our first clan war. The clan was pretty bad, if anybody remembers that. We got a couple of sponsors. We hosted a concert for one of our sponsors. It was pretty big.
Well,
hello. Yeah, we can hear you.
my brother was frustrating me.
Oh, my, that's rip.
Okay, no offense to him, but like, you should, like, next time, I know you couldn't, like, really know, but you should, like, meet with Mike before, like, you start, like, body slamming your family?
Yo. Actually, though, expert for real.
Bro, I know.
Or,
Cause
next
Jesus.
question?
Yeah,
It doesn't
next
matter.
question.
Leave it alone.
Next
We're on
question.
stream, motherfucker. I don't know
Alright,
how to
alright.
do it. I did
So
on
what was your
like,
experience being in Team Versity? What was that experience like?
So that.
How did it change you as a
like,
creator too? That's another thing.
Alright, so like me personally, when I get into a team, I like, so even if I leave, I sort of like take a piece of when I left and like take it as like a learning chip, because like there's been some teams that I've been in
We can hear you.
that they didn't like push me to be
Why didn't you
better.
enter?
They like made me worse. So knowing
Yeah.
that, I had to leave the team. But like, so I'm the type of person to where like I need to have people around me that are all good,
I think
to
you
where
know you're
I want to get better, or I want to be at the skill level that they are.
Yeah.
I need to be as good or better than one person, or I won't perform at my top performance or at a normal performance.
Hmm.
So
That's just what I can do.
so being in MW, it sort of like helped me, but because there was so much toxicity, it kind of pulled me back. But then like one day I'd be good, but then the next day I'd get pulled back, and then I would go forwards. Like it just was like a roller coaster of being good and bad. Excuse me, by the way.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Oh, looking? Yeah, this is like exactly like me whenever it comes to playing.
That's
I have to be better than somebody to perform at my fullest.
yeah. If I gotta know I'm better than somebody, and like usually in some clans I'd be the worst out of everybody, but like I at least like to be better than one person, because if I'm not, well then it's like it's
like,
like
what am
it's
I
no
doing in the
competitively to do. You know what I mean? You can't compete with anybody else if you're like the most like trash player out of your clan.
It's not even that, like,
Yeah.
I want to be better than anybody. It's like, I want somebody in the team to be better than me, so then that pushes me to want to be better than them.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes
Like
sense.
Shap, like we'll just use Shap, because we all know he's better than me.
Mhm.
Knowing that he's
Well,
better
Shap's
than
better than
me,
most people.
yeah, knowing that he's better than me, it pushes me more to go in edit courses, to go free build, to go, do 17 edits to make something flow. Having that mindset of knowing he's better than me and wanting to be better than him just makes me so much more competitive. So like it gives me so much more drive than what I do like just playing.
Yeah, you have something to work for.
Yeah.
You got something you want to grind for, yeah. I mean, another question is like leaving a team, you know. It can be tough for some people, because then again, like you're leaving like a lot of your members behind that you've like played with for like a while, and like joining a new team, you have like all these new players that you've never met. It's like that for me. Whenever I joined Team Versity, I remember dropping like my introducing video and like watching it back. I was like, man, I kind of feel bad though, because like I took this opportunity, which is a really good opportunity, by the way. Don't you know? I'm not saying anything bad about it. But it's like I felt bad because like I felt like I was leaving behind PNX, which was a clan I was managing on. Which is also, by the way, the reason why I sold the rights to Team Versity and, you know, had all these other players come over here. So, how do you feel about doing that? Like, you know, leaving other players behind that you've, like, played with, like, most of, like, your time being in that clan and, like, building a relationship-wise?
I mean, like, so leaving a team is like leaving a school or leaving a football team or a basketball team, right? It's never easy, but like you have to sort of like get over it. Like eventually, like after a while, like it took me a long time to realize this, but the faster that you end up moving on and you start to realize that yes, you might be leaving this team, right? But there's more options out there. There's more things that you can do, experience, go through with other teams. Like,
Yeah.
and it's harder for some people because some people will think that they need to stay in the team because they're forming a bond, they're forming a relationship, like you said.
Yeah.
But like sometimes you have to realize that yes you're building a bond, yes you're building a relationship, but if you're staying in a team that's holding you back, like what are you doing? Like there's no point in staying in that team.
Yeah, you always gotta do something that's better. Well, you know, not looking.
You have to
look at yourself for a little bit and, you know, say, hey, is this really gonna support me? You know what I mean? I know I have like this bond with players, but like I gotta do what's best for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to better yourself before you can be in a team with other players and better them while bettering yourself. It's like a relationship with a girl and a boy, right?
Yeah.
You have to love yourself before you can love your companion. Or your
Yeah,
partner,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's another thing. What about joining a new team with new players that you've never met, like building a bond relationship like that?
I mean, me personally, I don't really like. It's not that I can't make friends and bonds with other people. It's just that like it's harder for me, being like so. When I was raised up, right, I didn't really have my father, so like knowing that I don't have my father, it kind of like gives me that like setback because some people have their fathers, some people don't, some people have their mothers, some people don't even have both, right? But I never had the dad companion. Like I never had somebody to go to the park, throw the football. I didn't really have that connection with other guys or even really girls, but like I lean more towards girls. But basically what I'm trying to say is it's harder for me to make a bond with somebody, like especially knowing that I left behind other people. It's harder to move forwards from that with new people.
Yeah, that's it was like I said, it was hard for me whenever I joined Varsity because like I was leaving all these people that I played with for a little bit, and like I promised that we'd grind together and stuff, and it's tough. But I mean, then again, you gotta realize, there's always a better opportunity out there. It's not hard to make another bond. You know what I mean? Definitely not for me though. I brought all of them with me. I brought the whole crew back with me.
But I just think it's like harder for other people, other people to realize that like sometimes having a bond in a relationship with players is good, but sometimes you just have to look at yourself and look at like how you're performing, how your views are, how your likes and dislike ratio is, how many comments you're getting. Because like sometimes people will be blinded by the fact that they're having a good bond instead of what they're accomplishing in their career.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. I mean, have you ever managed your own clan?
Me?
Like, I've
been in a few clans that I've made by myself, but like none of them were really like actual things that I like went through with. Strictly for the fact that like whenever I started a team, it was like me and my friend that I started it with. We like never we've seen eye to eye a couple times, but we never really seen eye to eye. So there's no point in me starting a team with somebody who isn't on the same mindset as me, who doesn't have the same ideas for growing the team is. There's just no point in it.
Yeah, you gotta find a good person to start a clan with. Like, I've started it with Vise that's in here. I've started with X Ripper. Me and X Ripper managed PNX together, which I mean that was a pretty good success. I mean X Ripper. I mean, can't you say?
Like, we had to bring it back into project mode, but
yeah, you had a good launch though. You gotta admit that X Ripper. We did have a really good launch.
Like you were saying,
we rushed for the opportunities. We definitely rushed for like the different opportunities that were really good. So. I mean, then again, whenever you see a good opportunity, you always try to rush for it, though. What happened?
I said Dark said he thought
We're starting it later. Yeah, no, we kind of had an early start, Darks, but I said that she'd be here like a little later, so. But it's all good. It's all good.
Wait, didn't we actually say we were gonna start it at 5:30?
Yeah, we said we were gonna start it at 5:30. That was like
2 minutes before.
Yeah.
Or like a minute before.
That's when we started it.
You should have did like you should have scheduled a fucking what's it? You should have scheduled the started time and pre-recorded it. That's what no, that's what you should do with a lot of your podcasts.
Oh, do like a premiere thing?
Yeah, premiere it.
Yeah, I should start doing premieres. I don't know. It's different to do it on PlayStation though to start. I mean, not really.
And then you can like pre-record it before like before you post it. So then like you can make sure it's good. You can make sure there's a lot of stuff going on to where like it's interesting.
Yeah, that's a better idea.
Because some things on live they'll be like boring or like they'll be too long or something like that. So
content
can, like,
suffering. That's what I went through with my old channel.
And it would be better. And then you can
make it
and then
way
you
better.
Can start recording podcasts like all the way from Monday all the way up until Friday, and then you can have multiple for the next week or some shit.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. You know what, stream? We actually might start doing that. That sounds a lot better.
So then you don't have to constantly
trust
go
stream.
on live and stuff like that.
The podcasts are gonna get way better quality. Trust me, it's not gonna cite this forever, even though like the quality sucks right now. Trust me, I know. There was another question I wanted to ask, man. That was can't remember. Probably gonna die right here.
X-Rip or Paddles, you got any questions?
Yeah, you guys got any questions for him?
For you, not really, because I don't really know you too much. Oh shoot.
I mean, well, I mean, there is another thing that I had though. It's like have you ever had like a rough part during your career on YouTube?
Me?
Yeah.
That's actually a really good question. So, a lot of people don't know this, but like, when I first started, right? I was averaging literally like 1 to 2 views, and they weren't even real people. They were literally like friends, right?
Yeah.
And knowing that, like knowing me, not even knowing that, I'm the type of person that I told you this already, Post, but I don't give up until I achieve what I want. And
yeah, that's a good. That's a really good mindset.
I always knew that I wanted more than 30 to 40 subs. I always knew I could have more than 30 to 40 subs. So, what had happened was me and my friend, like, were streaming a lot at the time. And I started to realize that I wasn't averaging a lot of views, I wasn't averaging a lot of likes, nor subs. So, my friend had told me about montage grading. And what had happened was, right then and there, I had started making montages. They weren't like nothing big, they were literally like me, and it was back when I was on controller too. So I wasn't even that good. But and the audio quality was bad, the music was bad. I literally had like recorded music off my phone to let it have music, because my friend told me that was the only way I could do it. Hashtag liar. But so after all that, I started growing more off the
montages. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a tough time going through like YouTube, especially like when you're first time starting YouTube, especially because you're getting no views, and like you said, you have all this bad quality and stuff. And then especially whenever you start, you know, grinding for what you're going for, or like then you actually start making videos that you like content that you like, is then you see you're like, okay, you know, and then I'm starting to like this. Kind of like Riley. Riley, let's talk about you for a little bit. You started posting more videos and stuff on Rainbow. How's that going so far? Yeah, you're getting some views. I've seen that. I watch a lot of them. Yeah, it's mainly streaming. I don't know. See, for it. Yeah, I see you're like making more content than you did on Fortnite now. I've seen that like a lot more in you now. I don't know. See, that you always gotta find like your top talent, and then find that game, and then like start producing the content that people will love, and then like you will love for that like game or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But it was harder to grow knowing that there was more people posting Fortnite content, like, and they were doing it better as well.
Yeah, they have like more people watching them, and then they're like grinding harder or whatever. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
But like in my head, I knew if I could get good at the game, I could get put on YouTube. And like that's so far, it has been like that.
Yeah. See, for my Fortnite career, I mean, I tried for a little bit. I tried for my longest to try to get good. I've tried everything. I mean, it just turns out to where I'm just really trash at the game. Like, there's no for me getting better at that game. Like, you can ask anybody here. I mean, I've tried so hard with that game and tried for content for that game, and it just, I mean, it never really racked in as much as views as I wanted. Never did as well as I wanted, and especially I wasn't really having fun on the game. Yeah, there's some things that like grab my eye attention sometimes, but I never really stick with Fortnite anytime I play it. Like, I'll play for like a month and then like get off, then go back to Modern Warfare, which I mean that's where I'm really good at, is Modern Warfare. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they would look for people for fun content on Rainbow, you know what I mean? Rainbow is a really fun game to watch for like funny content and stuff. I think Rainbow is a really good game. That's like the best game to do content in my opinion. That and probably I would say CSGO does pretty good too. But I mean, those games kind of like rack up in the same category to where like they're kind of underrated, but they're really big to where like the people that actually like watch it find that one person to stick with, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's not a lot of big Rainbow YouTubers, and that's a thing too. I mean, honestly, I mean, a lot of people went to Fortnite too. That's the funny thing. A lot of people went to Fortnite. But I mean, then like, I'm not focused on that though. But like Rainbow and kind of like CS:GO, like I said, it fit into the same category because like any YouTuber, like popular YouTuber that does it is really underrated. And also like Rainbow is such a small but like good community. especially for streaming, because like you could like pull in anybody, not just anybody, but like you can pull in some viewers that would actually stay loyal, because there's not like a lot of people that produce a lot of rainbow content. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, there probably is, and I just don't know and I'm dumb. But from as I see it, it fits into that category. So, I mean, that's that. I mean, going back to the whole beef thing, though. I mean, because you've talked about your beef with Darks. I mean, me and Riley's had beef before. I mean, I've been canceled. I mean, I guess we could talk about that. I mean, I don't think you know, Tony, do you? On how I've quote unquote almost got canceled. Well, I'll tell the story, just to tell the story for clear it up for you guys that are new on my channel and are not from my old channel. So basically, I was when I was running PNX, I've had this one person, which is actually ex-Fripper's brother, Focus's brother. I let him in. He helped me with management, and it turns out that he was bisexual. Now I found out about this way before he even told me. Which, by the way, I'm not saying his name. I'm not gonna say his name. I'm not gonna say his name just for like respect out of him. Yeah, we'll call him Kevin. So Kevin told me that he was bisexual way back, and I was like, you know, I respect that. That's fine. You know what I mean? I respect all that. So I played around with him before, and then like he's got offended before, and I was like, all right, you know what? I'll take it easy with it. My bad, man. And it was one day, I think one night, where I was joking with him about something, and I didn't know. But I was joking with him, and he had his boyfriend on the phone, and I guess like I was on speaker on his brother's phone or whatever. Then like he heard me joking with him, and they got like offended. You know what I mean? Which maybe I shouldn't have cracked some jokes I was joking. It was really disrespectful from things that I was saying, I'll admit there. But they added me to like a big Snapchat group, and I have like all the screenshots still. It's funny, to this day I still have all the screenshots. Like you could ask Vice, he's seen everything. It was crazy during that time. So like they invited me to a big group, and like they started like, you know, asking, you know, like different people that I've never met in my life, asking me questions, you know, like what school do you go to, you know, how old are you, or you know, why are you, you know, against LGBTQ? And I was like, you know, I'm not against it, you know, I've cracked a joke, but I'd never said I was against it. And like, have you ever said the F slur in your life? And I was like, yeah, I've said it before. And I was like, out of anger. I mean, I know it's not good to say, even though it's out of anger. By the way, you guys, it's never good to say anything like that. It's, you know what I mean? It's really never good to say anything like that. But like, you know, I've said it out of anger. I've told them, and they're like, oh, well, you can't say this. And I've joked around with it in the group chat, all right? Then again, that was a big no, though. That's something I shouldn't do, which, you know, to this day, I apologize about it. I'm not asking forgiveness, you know what I mean? Nobody has to, like, you know, come over to me and say, oh, okay, we accept your apology, it's okay, it's all good now. Because obviously it's not, you should never joke anything about somebody's, you know, or how they feel or whatever. But like, after that group chat, I was like, alright, so I made my own video explaining, addressing everything. I got so much hate for it. Long story short, I accidentally, I guess purposely during the moment, I didn't know what to say. So I defended Shane Dawson on accident. Probably shouldn't have done that. Don't ever do that, kids. For everybody that's watching this, do not do that. It's such a bad idea. And it's like, it went downhill from there, man. These random people I've never met in my life would like come into my chat and just like say a whole bunch of things, and it's like, oh my god. It's hard like, you can ask Vice. Like, I would just sit in there, you know, be making content, not harming anybody, and they just come into the chat. I'm like, oh my god. Just the fact where it was annoying, though, man. It was really annoying. Like, when we were doing the concert, we got raided by them. The first stream that we did, and the second stream we didn't get raided, thank god, but, you know, it was still as bad. That happened like a month ago, and like, I'm pretty sure I ended it there. I made truce with the kid. I was like, yeah, you know what, I forgive you. You know, hopefully, I mean, you can forgive me, but you don't have to. Like I said, I'm not asking for forgiveness. And it's like, I took some time to reflect on myself. And that's when I made the new channel. Like, I posted an update, and then like, I just abandoned that channel. But like, long story short is, don't say things like that, kids. Don't say anything like that. It's very messed up and wrong. Very messed up. Yeah, what's up? Alright, so talk about the situation, about the whole PNX thing, you guys. As you guys know, I ran a clan PNX. Alright, I'll talk about it. I'll get into it, but first I want to explain the whole thing. So basically, I ran the clan. You guys know about it. If you guys are from PNX or like watched the videos back then, you guys knew at PNX. I ran this project, big project. We started it off with, you know, I had like a concert, full thing with it. Had my name on there. We had a crossover merch with like a rapper or whatever. We did pretty big, and then I ended up putting it back into planning stage, just because I rushed launch too fast. And it's like, you know what? Okay, maybe I need to work on things before, you know, I release it again to the public or like let people join. So, I mean, I eventually joined Versity because I was managing for Versity Darks, and I was like, alright, you know what? I mean, he asked me, and he was like, you know, you should join Versity. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I already have something going on or whatever. I mean, long story short, you guys know I joined Versity. But moving on from that, I uploaded my montage, and I was like, you know what? I kind of feel bad though, because like I'm abandoning all of them, and I know for a fact, you know, like now, like being in 2 clans, it's gonna be kind of hard. And I was like, you know what? There has to be some way I can redeem all of them. You know, there's some way I could help all of them. And I was like, you know what? What if I like gave the rights to, you know, Kelvin, leader of Versity, and like for like return, you get like all the sponsors. We get all the sponsors. You know, we get the whole community back. Like we connect the communities, and then like the players come over. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll take the deal. I was like, all right, man, that's great. That's great. The next day, I believe I texted everybody in the PNX group chat. I was like, hey, everybody, you guys are now in Team Versity. We're switching now. And then there's some people that haven't joined yet, and there's some difficulties that we've had with some players. Like PNX Flicks, he will not be joining because he was just a co-player. And I mean, Sally doesn't I don't run the Fortnite part of it. Even though it was the part of the deal for all the players to come over, I don't run the Fortnite part of it. So they said they didn't want him because, like, you know, I told him how he is. He's pretty good though. Like Flicks, I'm pretty sure he can make it in Fortnite. If he keeps sticking with what he's doing, he'll make it. But we didn't take Flicks. We had disagreements with X Ripper. Darks had some disagreements. I'm pretty sure X Ripper's gonna make it. By the way, he's focused now. By the way, Versity focus. He's already basically in, but like, you know, still having disagreements. But I'll get him in there. Every player pretty much. We have Ducky, we have Flux, Limp, you know. But the most thing that wanted me to make them join though is because I felt bad. I was like, man, you know, I'm joining this new team, and I'm meeting new players. That's exactly what I asked you. You know, how it was like meeting new players. Like, I already had a good team though. I didn't want to abandon them. You know, I still wanted to have them on my side. Like, you know what I mean? So like, I tried my best to get them in there. Finally made the deal. So I mean, for people that don't know who's in, it's basically Versity Limp, Versity Flux, Versity Focus, Versity Ducky. I'm pretty sure I already said that. And then also, I'm pretty sure Vise, you're still thinking about it, right? But you said, like, you know, you'd think about it if he's even there, Vise. Yeah, so he's still thinking about it, but basically, pretty much, we have the whole team back. I mean, we're waiting on Vise, which, I mean, that's his decision. But, you know, even if he doesn't choose it, you know, we'll always still be there to support him. But, I mean, having the whole team with a new group of people, you know, I'm pretty sure most of them were excited, kind of like Limp, to meet new players. Because, like, you know, you're having, like, a whole huge other team connecting with another team. And it's like people meeting new people, and then me, you know, having my old group of people, and then meeting new people. So it's a pretty good experience. I'm glad I made the deal. Kind of sad, but like, I'm still glad I made the deal, because I mean, it definitely expanded for both of our clans. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Was it like more complicated order to combine your teams, which was already big, with another team? Or was it necessarily easier with them?
Repeat the last part again? I'm bad.
Was it hard to combine teams with another team, or was it easier because you guys both had good, well-managed rosters?
Definitely. I mean, we had really good planned rosters. I mean, I know my team, Versity, they have good roster. My team, we had like a good actual like organized roster. Like you can ask Vise, man. I keep saying you can ask Vise, but you really can't. managed like that whole thing really good. Like I told everybody when we're doing this, I made sure people were practicing. I checked up on everybody, asked if they needed anything. You know what I mean? I always asked. You know, we hosted meetings too. Like we had meetings, man. That's how big it was. But combining rosters, it wasn't that hard. I mean, I know it would be hard for like, you know, Kelvin, because like he's having like this whole big team joining his team, you know, conjoining teams and like combining them. I'm pretty sure it was hard for him, like meeting new players and like, you know, marking like down on his roster. But like it was kind of hard though, because we have a name for ourselves. You know, we, like I said, did that crossover with that rapper. We had sponsors. We did so much. You know, we won our first clan war. I still brag about that to this day. By the way, X and X, we're still coming to take you down. Sorry, Jonathan, but that's just a thing. But I mean, it was kind of hard letting that name go. But like then again, that's always still gonna be a thing. Post-Nemic is always still gonna be a thing. You know what I mean? But just with Team Varsity, that's really what it is now. But yeah. Anything else? Alright, Vise, what do you think about the whole thing, about the combined clans? Like, your honest opinion. honest opinion, go for it, honest opinion. Doesn't bother you, like, well, there you go. Yeah, definitely. See, whenever somebody joins a clan, though, it's like you don't want competitive to take over your content, because like if you're having like a content like side of YouTube and you're just doing content, but you still have like a good competitive side, and to where you join a clan, I mean, a lot of players just turn their content all into competitive after that. But for me, I definitely still stick with like the series and stuff. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna try to build like a community for that on Varsity too, so everybody has a chance. You know what I mean?
Some teams have you post certain content based on like how you were recruited. Like, is you're recruited as a competitive player, like you said, you're only post competitive, or like is it easier because you only have to stick to one?
Stop being loud. Not really. I mean, it's not hard at all. I mean, I definitely have to do a little more competitive than I was doing. You know what I mean? But continuing with like the content that I was doing, I don't think it's that hard to continue. No, I mean, I'm still gonna post the content that I do. Like, nothing's gonna change my content, but like definitely getting more better with competitively, like on games like Warzone. I'm running the Warzone team, so definitely have to keep up with content on there. Oh, by the way, you guys, our host Varsity Darks is here. Darks, what's up? Jesus, the ear rape. You guys, host Darks, go subscribe to his channel. Is that it for everybody though? Is it everybody good? Is that it? True, Darks. I mean, oh, I gotta be more specific about that. We talked about like different clans and like the beef and stuff. Yeah. By the way, Tony, you just hit 200 subs, so that's actually that's a milestone for you. Congratulations, by the way. You guys, make sure you guys go subscribe to R30 Venom. I'm pretty sure he's changing his name to Venom, but go subscribe to him. Big shout out to him. Shout out your socials. Alright, nice. Alrighty. So you guys, make sure you go check him out on all his socials. Definitely should do that. Very good content creator, especially for a small creator. So definitely do that. Yeah. Riley, shout out your socials. Where can they find you? Nice. Yeah, then you guys can subscribe. You guys can subscribe to Darks on his YouTube, and then Foot on Sticks just joined, so go subscribe to Dripsies.
Wait, Dylan, you joined? I'm not Dylan. I thought you joined, where's it? You joined Versus?
What's anything about that? When was this a thing?
Oh, you never joined?
When was this a thing?
Shut up.
That's pretty much it for the podcast, though.
We'll be here next Friday, and I promise I will be here. I won't skip, but I mean, I thought you meant 5:30 my time.
Yeah, that's why it was confusing. I was like, what is he saying? I was like, oh. You got a whole different time zone over here, man. I was like, what am I doing? Anyways, you guys, go subscribe to Varsity Darks. Lucky. You guys go subscribe to Varsity Dark, so go like it, all his videos and stuff. And then Foot on Sticks just joined, so go subscribe to Dripsies. Actually, we've had beef in the past, but go subscribe to him since he just joined. I figured I'd give him a shout out, even though he really doesn't need it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy. We'll see you next Friday. Like, subscribe, do what you gotta do to support. Riley's lying. Nobody subscribed to Riley. I cancel that out. I'm just joking. No, I'm kidding. Okay. I'll see you guys later though, next Friday, and yeah, peace out. You enjoying your Travis Scott burger? Your McDonald's burger? For real, I just get the bag opening, man. Travis Scott burger. Cowboys, naked cowboys in the showers.